Dean Huijsen or Cubarsi.
One of the standouts of that whole game was Dean Huijsen yet again. Yeah. This guy, I'm telling you right now, the passing he does in a forward thinking manner is second to none. He is excellent at it. He knows how to do it. He knows when to, he knows how to time it like literally to perfection. Yeah. And some of the runs that were being made on that left hand side, he was picking it out time and time and time again.
For
Dean
that third
Housen,
goal, he's the one that found Vinny for
yep.
that run that then led to Valverde, then giving it to
Hmm.
Brahim, who then gave him the assist. That was Dean's through ball for
Yeah, no, it
Vinny.
was. Yeah, it was. I know
Yeah.
exactly. And but he wasn't just doing that. He was making those passes all game long. He was running through the center. He was trying to beat the traffic in front of him, and then literally just laying off a pass. He was sometimes doing the outside on the left, sometimes in the center to Jude and obviously Bellingham, sometimes into Gonzalo Garcia's feet directly. And this is what you need from your center backs. You need your center back to be unpredictable. Yeah. So when you have this unpredictability, no team can naturally pick it out. Like a team, any team in the world will struggle against that because name me all the ball playing center backs in the world. You can only probably maybe list probably maybe 6, 7 of them. Yeah. Really, really good ball playing center backs. Yeah. So Dean Howson is definitely one of them. And obviously you can talk about others, but I think we've got an absolute gem here. So, Will, what did you think about his performance yesterday overall?
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Mm,
I think if it was not for Courtois, I believe Housen, he would have been probably in that man of the match conversation.
mm,
Again, we went down to 10 men and I didn't notice, right? I know Tchouaméni dropped deep, and I think Tchouaméni actually did a pretty good job at center back as well. But Dean Housen, like the guy is the best young center back in the world, bro. Like what a signing this guy is. What a
yeah,
signing. And in the first two games, I've been very impressed by him. He looks like he's been here. Like he doesn't look like he just came from Bournemouth.
exactly that.
He
Exactly that.
looks like this. You would think that he's been at Real Madrid for a season or two by now. Like the way that he's able to receive the ball from the back line, like he brings a sense of calmness even when we're being pressed. Because Pachuca were
Yes.
pressing, and then he receives it, and then he's so technically good on the ball that he's able to create space and then just give it to the midfield. Or he sometimes even makes a run himself a little higher up, gives it, then drops back deep. The guy's an absolute world-class player. And for me, I view him as the leader of Real Madrid's defense and Spain's defense for the next decade. Like, I can't,
Mm,
the only thing that I think could mess this guy up is injuries
yeah.
because there's nothing on the pitch that I can criticize. Because as much as we're talking about how good he is on the ball, defensively, he's a rock as well. I don't think he got dribbled past once.
Mm,
I mean, bro, he's so solid. Like, great signing. Great piece
yeah.
of business. Makes me happy that we didn't get Lenny Yoro last summer. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
that because if we'd have got Lenny Yoro, then I don't think that we would have got Dean this
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and Lit Vibes obviously says after years of Rudiger Haram, Dean is a revolution. Thank you for the super chat, but I think Rudiger will fit perfectly next to Dean Howson. I've got to be honest. I think with him personally, I think Rudiger's that solid, strong centre back that's just going to go into crunch tackles whenever he can. But Dean Howson is that fluid, that silky defender that moves in and out of the midfield, obviously trying to create, trying to obviously maintain ball possession. And when you have that in your locker, in your first team, then both of those can really fit well. I'm very actually surprised, guys, and I don't know what's happened, obviously, with Militao when he's going to come back. Where do you guys? I actually want to see, obviously, you guys comment as well and interact with the show. But where do you think Militao is going to fit into all of this? Will, what
Yeah,
do you think about Militao?
yeah. I think
Where's he
that
going to
he'll
fit?
fit. Yeah, I mean, I think that he'll fit perfectly at Al Nasser in Saudi. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where he needs to go, bro.
Yeah,
I need
I
either
get you.
one of him or Alaba sold this summer. It's one of them have to leave, bro. I don't think Militao. I mean, it would have been nice for him to be fit for the group stage to kind of see what level he's returned to after the injury. But I just can't see him returning to his best. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like
Yeah,
you don't tear both of your ACLs in back-to-back seasons, and then you expect me to believe that you're gonna be like your 2022 version. It's just not gonna happen. So for me, I don't really think Militao should be factored into the plans. I think if he wants to stay, cool. But then he would have to be okay with being a rotational player, right? Not starting games like that. Maybe
Yeah.
only featuring in like the cups or if there is injuries. Because I just don't think he can be relied on anymore. But I mean, it just depends because if Xabi Alonso wants to ultimately run a back three, then you are going to need a guy like him. You are going to need a guy like David Alaba just for the depth, because then you're going to have 3 center backs out there, which would probably be Dean, Rudiger, and Asensio, unless he's going to get sent to like the gulag for his mistakes. But yeah, I mean, you would need them in a back three, but I feel like Xabi's trying to do like this back four. I don't really think he's trying to do like the back three.
I don't think he is either. I don't think he is, honestly. I think he is.
But I think our personnel fits a back four a little bit better.
You can say that. I think Fran Garcia was good, obviously. And then if you look at the defense in general, I think Trent, obviously, I never mentioned Trent in the beginning, but I just want to touch on Trent a little bit.
Yeah.
That first time pass was excellent, I've got to admit. Obviously, Vinny floated it into him, and then Trent just hit it across first time. Obviously, Gonzalo Garcia, little first time pass to Arda Güler, and then Arda Güler tucked it away nicely. But that is fluidity at max level, you see? So,
how do you think Trent played?
Sorry?
I said, how do you think Trent played?
He was decent. Didn't really have much trouble. I don't think they really passed him at all, Pachuca, on their left hand. I tell you, Rondon gave us a lot of problems, by the way. That guy is an absolute machine. Obviously, he's played for Everton up front. We know that already. He's been, obviously, a very decent player at the clubs he's been at. Let's just call it that. And Rondon gave us a lot of problems, but he didn't really give the backline too many problems. Tchouaméni done a really good job as well, considering the fact that he's just literally said, okay, cool, I'm just going to drop back now, yeah? And then the 2 box-to-box midfielders did their job as well, Valverde. But for me, Huijsen was a standout player just because he is silky smooth with everything that he's doing. Even when the ball is floating in the air and it's a corner, like, I'm not really fearful of corners. They had a really an early chance. I remember. I think it was Rondon.
Yeah, because it was Rondon.
Yeah, but
Whiffed it.
I think Dean Huijsen, I think when he's in there, he's like, okay, I'm coming on in this box. I'm going to header the ball out, and when he gets a header on it, he clears it miles away. It's not some like 5-yard header. It's like miles away. So
would you say that Dean is our best center back? I think he currently is.
I still think, obviously, Rudiger's our main guy because it's Rudiger, isn't it? He's the one that's going to be
what he's done already. Yeah,
exactly. So Rudiger's the main guy, but Dean Huijsen technically is our best defender. Technically, he's our best defender, and I think we just need to look at him and just protect him a little bit because, like you said, injuries could affect him. He's a young player, he's very hungry. He's very hungry to get into the team. He's very hungry to play every single match. So on form, yeah, he is the best. Obviously, Rudiger, Asensio, Rudiger just literally came back pretty much yesterday. Asensio's been doing Diddy settings for both matches. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. Huijsen is absolutely mad, mate. He's a great player. He's a great player.
And okay, so I want your answer, and I also want to see what the chat's saying as well. Dean Huijsen or Cubarsi?
I don't know yet. I can't really determine that until I see La Liga, to be honest, mate.
Nah, Dave. You know, bro.
Guys, I can't really see. Obviously, I'm a Real Madrid fan, so I'm going to say Dean Huijsen. But look, for me personally, you need to see La Liga because Cubarsi was one of the standout players for Barcelona. We know that
was he last season? Was he?
I think so. I mean, for him to be obviously thrown into that position and for obviously Hansi Flick to trust in him, I think he done a good job. He delivered on a good level. But I think Huijsen is just very silky smooth with his play. And I think technically he's probably better than Cubarsi. If you look at him overall in Bournemouth playing in the Premier League, I don't think Cubarsi could handle the Premier League. I got to be honest. He's too frail. He's too weak, and I think
he's slow as well.
Yeah, and Cubarsi could struggle. Yeah, he struggle. His reaction time is a bit slow. But Huijsen, I keep saying Huijsen because I get used to it now. But Huijsen, I think he's got a very, very bright future at Real Madrid, and definitely has a higher ceiling than Cubarsi. Cubarsi, obviously, this is his level, but Huijsen could go
Oh
miles
wait, so
ahead.
you don't think that Cubarsi can elevate? You think he doesn't
I
get
think
any
that, I
better
think
than
that's
what he
him.
is
I
right
think that's
now?
him. I think that's him now. That's him done.
Wow, then that's him now. Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's
Yeah,
him
I
now.
mean, look, I think Dean is better. But you know, like they're kind of similar in terms
Mm.
of like what their main skill sets are. Like they're both very good on the ball for defenders, right? They both can pass it. They both are comfortable in like 1v1 situations and things like that. But again, it's like you're saying, I just think that Dean has a much higher ceiling because I feel like
Mm.
he's nowhere near at the level that he could be. Now, I think Cubarsi can still go up another level. I think what he like
He can,
18
but
years
not.
old.
It's not that much. Like you saw young
But I
defenders,
think he could become a
like
world class
like
defender.
mate. I saw Rio Ferdinand when he played for Leeds. Man, you could just see how good he was. Yeah, and Kabasi is just he's good. He's good. He's a good defender. He's a good defender. Is it anymore? You saw Saliba as well when he was young, and he's
Yeah, yeah,
building up
yeah.
now into this world class centre back. You saw Ramos when obviously Mourinho literally just like, okay, cool, mate, you're playing centre back, yeah, and Ramos just came and took the world by storm. Yeah, you saw Carlos Puyol for Barcelona took the world by storm. You saw multiple defenders, Maldini, Nesta. I've seen all these great defenders, and I know when I seen them at that certain age, I know how they're gonna cook and deliver
Yeah.
next level. Yeah. So for me, I see Howson as such a great and amazing prospect for Real Madrid. I think he can, but if he bulks up a little bit more, he's going to be an excellent defender. He just
No,
needs
no.
to
You know what it
gain a bit
is?
more strength.
I do think that like once a player breaks through at Barcelona and they come from their academy, the PR that they get is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like everything gets gassed
But it's
up
amazing.
because
But
it's
it's
from La
amazing they
Masia.
can. But it's amazing they can bring those players through as well. They will
I
always
think
have
we could do the same
replacements.
thing though, Dave. I think Real Madrid can do that as well. The difference is we just choose not to.
Was
Like
Jacobo
we
Ramon?
choose
Yeah.
to go out there and spend the money. Whereas, let's be honest, Dave, we make Stars FC have spent, I think in the last decade, Barcelona have outspent Real Madrid by like over 200 million. But nobody talks about it though, right?
Yeah.
We're the
Okay.
only ones that get. I think the club, our motto is just, yo, if there's a world-class player, we'll buy him, right? I think their motto was, we'll integrate the youth and also try and buy world-class
Yeah.
players, but they don't know how to scout properly. So they spent their big money on mostly flops, got themselves in a pretty shit
Yeah.
financial situation. And yeah, they do deserve credit because, okay, so producing like a Lamine Yamal, like an Alejandro Balde. Pedri's not from their academy, by the way. They signed Pedri from Las Palmas.
That's Spanish. Yeah.
And then they put him in the first team. But yes, they do produce very good players. But at the same time, I think Real Madrid can do that. There's a reason why our academy is the most financially successful one in the world. We produce good players. But the managers never have time to integrate youngsters into the team because we have to win now. So now you got Carlo, right? For example, you remember when Danny Carvajal tore his ACL? Who was the first name that we heard reports about? Jesus Fortia, generational right back from the academy. He's going to be given a chance. He was in the first team training. Where was he? We still haven't seen him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have talent. We just don't give them an opportunity. Xabi Alonso is here now. A lot of these players that are breaking through, Xabi Alonso was managing them when he first got into it with the academy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this manager is going to revolutionize the way that people view Real Madrid. Youngsters will start getting an opportunity.
I can see
that with Gonzalo Garcia. Look at how he's managed him so far.
Yeah, and he's put in Munoz a couple of times now.
Victor Munoz.
I think Diego Aguado is going to get an opportunity. I think Yusuf could get an opportunity. So we've got a lot of talented players in obviously the ranks, but obviously just going back to Dean Howson as well, I think that just also having the opportunity to bring young prospects through from very, I wouldn't say top tier clubs. I would say clubs that are producing good talent and actually seeing how a player can develop. Like, for example, Howson, obviously Franco Mastantuono's coming to us. And like that is what we need to do.